What if I told you this new year is hiding blessings you've been missing, and one small change could unlock everything? Most people will ignore it, but not you. Watch closely, because what I'm about to reveal could change your life before the year even begins. If you're hearing this message right now, understand this with absolute clarity. It is not an accident, it is not random, and it is not late, because every new year comes with blessings, but only for those who can discern the divine timing hidden inside change. And today this is a prophetic emergency warning for you, a spiritual wake-up call shaking the foundations of your comfort, because heaven never pours new wine into old wineskins and destiny never partners with stagnation. And as Dr. David Younggi Cho often revealed through his life and ministry, the breakthrough you are praying for is already prepared, but it is waiting on you to change what God has already highlighted. And as this new year opens its gates, there are invisible doors swinging wide in the spirit realm while others are closing forever. And the scandal is not that blessings are delayed, the scandal is that many miss them because they refuse transformation. So hear this carefully. You are chosen for progress, not repetition, called for elevation, not survival, marked for overflow, not just enough. But the first thing you must change is your mindset, because a small mind cannot carry a large destiny. And as long as you think only in terms of limitation, fear, and past failure, you will sabotage divine provision before it manifests. And this is a warning. Heaven responds to faith-filled expectation, not desperate wishing. And if you don't upgrade the way you see yourself, you will never step into what God sees when He looks at you. The second thing you must change is your words, because life and death are released daily through what you speak, and prophetic timing responds to declaration, not complaint. And every year you keep confessing defeat, lack, betrayal, and fear, you program your future to obey those words. But if you align your speech with destiny, if you dare to say, I am blessed, I am chosen, I am entering my breakthrough season, even while circumstances disagree, the unseen realm begins to rearrange itself in your favor. The third thing you must change is your environment, because you cannot soar with eagles while living among voices that normalize defeat. And this is hard to hear but necessary. Some relationships expire when seasons change, and clinging to old associations can delay prophetic fulfillment, because God often removes people not to punish you, but to protect your calling. And if you are still surrounded by doubt, gossip, laziness, or compromise, this new year will look exactly like the last one. The fourth thing you must change is your obedience level, because partial obedience produces partial blessings, and delayed obedience is disobedience in disguise. And many are praying for open doors while refusing to walk through the last door God already opened. And hear this divine sign clearly. Miracles are activated when obedience becomes immediate, radical, and unquestioning. The fifth thing you must change is your prayer life, not by praying longer prayers, but deeper ones, prayers that align with heaven's agenda instead of only your emergencies, because destiny responds when prayer becomes communion, when faith replaces fear, and when intimacy replaces routine. And the final thing you must change is your willingness to act, because faith without action insults divine provision, and many are waiting for signs while God is waiting for movement, waiting for you to step out, apply, start, forgive, leave, build, or speak. And if this message feels heavy, urgent, and personal, it's because prophetic timing has located you. And this is not just another motivational speech, this is a warning wrapped in hope. Because blessings don't chase the passive, they collide with the prepared. And as this new year unfolds, heaven is watching who will evolve, who will obey, who will dare to change, because the next level of your life requires a different version of you. And if you receive this, if your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it, don't scroll past it, don't delay it, because your breakthrough is closer than it appears. Your destiny is knocking louder than ever, and this new year is not coming to repeat your past. It is coming to reward your transformation. So change, align, rise, and step into the blessings that were reserved for you before time began. If you are hearing this right now, pause and understand this truth with trembling clarity. This is not background noise. This is a divine interruption, a prophetic emergency sent to you at the exact moment your destiny is shifting. Because every new year comes with blessings, but blessings do not arrive randomly, they respond to alignment. And this is a warning wrapped in mercy, because heaven is opening new chapters while many remain stuck rereading old pages. And as Dr. David Younggi Cho taught through revelation and experience, your future is not decided by time, it is decided by faith in action. And this new year is carrying assignments, opportunities, and breakthroughs that will bypass anyone unwilling to change. And hear this carefully, you were not created to merely survive another year, you were chosen to advance, to expand, to overflow, and the scandal is not that God withholds blessings, the scandal is that people resist transformation while demanding increase, and the first thing that must change is your inner vision, because you will never rise beyond the image you hold of yourself, and if you still see yourself as small, unlucky, forgotten, or average, you will unconsciously reject extraordinary opportunities when they appear, and this is a divine sign for you. God always upgrades vision before he upgrades reality. The second thing that must change is your relationship with fear, because fear has silently negotiated your limits for too long, convincing you to delay, to settle, to stay quiet, but prophetic timing does not wait for comfort, it responds to courage, and the moment you stop letting fear make decisions, doors you thought were locked will begin to open suddenly. The third thing that must change is your discipline, because prayers without preparation create frustration, and wishing without structure produces disappointment, and many are anointed but undisciplined, gifted but inconsistent, spiritual but unprepared, and this new year will reward those who build daily habits that agree with their destiny. The fourth thing that must change is your tolerance for delay, because you have normalized waiting seasons that were meant to be temporary, and hear this warning, what you tolerate you empower, and if you continue to accept cycles of delay, distraction, and excuses, you will miss divine acceleration disguised as instruction. The fifth thing that must change is your obedience to small instructions, because major breakthroughs are hidden inside minor acts of obedience, and many are waiting for dramatic signs while ignoring simple nudges, but heaven measures faithfulness before release. And the sixth thing that must change is your expectation, because low expectation is silent unbelief, and you cannot receive what you secretly doubt is possible for you. And if this message feels intense, personal, and urgent, it's because this is prophetic timing locating you, reminding you that this new year is not neutral, it is loaded with potential, pregnant with promise. Dangerous for the unprepared and powerful for the aligned, and you must understand this, blessings are attracted to readiness, not need, and as the days unfold, some will say, nothing changed, while others will testify, everything shifted, and the difference will not be luck, it will be change, because destiny always demands evolution, and if you feel something stirring in your spirit right now, don't ignore it, don't delay it, don't silence it, because this is your moment to realign, to rise, to release the old version of yourself, and to step boldly into the blessings assigned to you for this new year. And if you receive this message, act on it, speak life, move in faith, and prepare for sudden breakthrough, because your next chapter is not coming slowly, it is coming suddenly, and it will reward those who were willing to change before they could see the reward. If you are hearing this message right now, understand that it is not by accident, it is a divine alarm, a prophetic wake-up call meant to shake you out of complacency, because every new year comes with blessings, but these blessings will only find those who are willing to change, those who are ready to leave behind the habits, mindsets, and patterns that have kept them small, stuck, or unnoticed. And as Dr. David Younggi Cho revealed through decades of spiritual insight, the unseen realm is already moving in your favor, but it requires your cooperation, your faith, your courage, and your alignment, and this is urgent because time waits for no one, opportunities do not knock twice, and the scandal is not that blessings are withheld. It is that people reject the very transformation required to receive them. So hear this carefully. The first thing you must change is your perception, because the world will continue to tell you, you cannot, it's too late, and you are not enough, but the divine realm says otherwise, and as long as your vision is limited, your reality will obey your small thoughts. The second thing you must change is your language, because words are the tools of creation, and every negative statement, complaint, or excuse you speak has been silently programming your future, while every declaration aligned with faith, hope, and destiny is activating the blessings that are already yours. The third thing you must change is your environment, because you cannot soar in spaces that are toxic, discouraging, or stagnant, and God often removes people, circumstances, or comfort zones not to punish you, but to prepare you for the extraordinary. The fourth thing you must change is your commitment to action, because dreams without action are illusions, and waiting for perfect timing while ignoring the nudges, opportunities, and instructions before you will always produce delay. The fifth thing you must change is your prayer and meditation life, because it is not about quantity but depth, intimacy, and alignment with heaven's agenda, and prophetic timing responds to consistent connection. not desperate last-minute pleas. And the sixth and final thing you must change is your readiness to embrace discomfort, because growth, promotion, and miracles are never delivered inside comfort zones. And if this message feels urgent, heavy, and personal, it is because it is, and heaven is signaling that the new year will bring sudden acceleration for those who choose change, while stagnation will persist for those who cling to old ways. So do not scroll past this, do not postpone your breakthrough, and do not ignore the stirring inside you, because your destiny is calling, your blessings are waiting, and this is your moment to rise, to obey, to speak boldly, to step courageously, and to align yourself fully so that when the new year unfolds, you are not left behind but positioned perfectly to receive the abundance, favor, and supernatural increase that has already been prepared for you. Listen carefully, because if you are hearing this, it is no coincidence, it is a divine alarm, a prophetic emergency breaking into your life at the perfect moment. Because every new year comes with blessings, but these blessings are not automatic. They require transformation, courage, and alignment with the unseen forces that govern destiny. And as Dr. David Younggi Cho taught, the spiritual realm is already moving in your favor, but it waits for your response, your obedience, and your willingness to change. And this is urgent, because the scandal is not that blessings are delayed. It is that many will miss them, trapped by old habits, fear, doubt, and comfort zones. So the first thing you must change is your mindset, because until you think bigger, believe higher, and see beyond your past, you will never carry the fullness of the future God has prepared for you. The second thing you must change is your words, because every complaint, every excuse, every negative confession has been silently building walls around your blessings, and prophetic timing responds only to words of faith, hope, and victory. Declare your breakthrough now, even before you see it. And the third thing you must change is your environment, because your breakthrough cannot thrive where fear, gossip, laziness, or limitation reside, and sometimes God removes people or circumstances not to punish you but to prepare a space for supernatural increase. The fourth thing you must change is your obedience, because partial obedience produces partial blessings, and delayed obedience is disobedience in disguise, and heaven responds to those who move decisively on every prompt, every nudge, every divine instruction. The fifth thing you must change is your prayer and intimacy with God, because miracles flow not to those who pray perfunctorily, but to those who connect deeply, who hear the whisper of heaven, who align their spirit with destiny. And the sixth thing you must change is your readiness to act, because faith without action is dead, and the new year is not coming to wait for you. It is coming to reward those who step forward, who rise, who refuse delay, who embrace discomfort for divine gain. And hear this now. The blessings waiting for you are loaded with favor, breakthrough, and supernatural increase, but they will collide only with those who are willing to let go of old versions of themselves, who will change, who will rise, who will speak life, who will move in faith, and who will embrace the divine timing that is already orchestrated for their elevation. So do not ignore this, do not delay, do not scroll past it, because this is your prophetic call. Prepare your heart, sharpen your vision, align your actions, and step boldly into the new year, because the blessings, breakthroughs, and destiny that were reserved for you before the foundation of the world are now ready to manifest in your life.